Hey, Kasper.
Hey, all
So,
right, Keith. Well, nice to meet you.
nice meeting you, Kasper. So, how are you today?
Well, I'm quite good, but actually I'm down with the flu, so I'm a little bit sick.
Oh,
Yeah, so just
sorry
to
to
say,
hear that.
yeah, so I mean the mood is good, but I feel like shit.
I can totally understand. I can totally understand.
Yeah, so
Hope you
but
feel
yeah,
better
it's
soon.
yeah.
So,
So
Kasper, your
yeah.
10th studio album, Mycelium, is to be out on January 26, 2024. So, would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production that goes behind this new album?
Yeah, sure. I would do that. Well, we kind of ended, in COVID back a few years ago. We released the last album we did, the To Live, To Kill album. And we kind of wanted to do something new. So we worked back and forth on concepts. We had a lot of riffing going on. And yeah, we just started, gathering the pieces. And I think we went through like three or four concepts and firing them all until we finally found this mycelium stuff. And then we just started like gathering all the riff and really like getting the songs together and putting the vibe to it for the concept. And we basically just used most of 2023 just recording and working on the songs. And yeah, we just got done with the album a few months ago. So
Fantastic. Fantastic.
yeah.
Uh, you said Mycelium has a concept behind it. So, would you like to tell me a bit about this concept of this album?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll try because Lars, the lead singer, is the mastermind behind it. So, but I know about the process. I mean the main title, Mycelium, is kind of it's what's going on beneath the ground within mushrooms. So it kind of like all is connected.
Mm.
But the thing is here that we're kind of dealing with these souls, like dead people still in kind of the aftermath of life. They're in the eternal light and they're only like kept alive by remembrance of their living loved ones. Like if you and I had a grandmom who died, we will still keep her spirit alive by remembering her. So as soon as mortal people do not celebrate or remember the dead ones and their loved ones, those kind of bad demons could take over the lost souls and somehow find a portal to the earth and kind of affect how people are, violence and, just create chaos here. So I would say like it's probably a little bit more complicated than that, but that's kind of the main thing. So the thing is that we kind of need to remember the dead ones to keep the good thing alive, and that's all is connected. The last song of the album is also called Dia de los Muertos, the Latin holiday, or yeah. So basically, it's like yeah, that everything is connected in some point, and you have to remember the good.
Okay. And a fantastic cover art that goes behind this album. So, would you like to tell me the artwork and the people who are behind this artwork?
Yeah, sure, of course. Well, this time we kind of did everything ourselves. We kind of did a DIY project here, also recording everything, so mixed the whole album, and we really tried to understand what AI could do, and basically prompted everything ourselves and all our ideas and stuff like that. So it's actually AI prompted pictures, everything. Of course, we had images of ourselves. It brought in and a lot of ideas, and we prompted 1,000 times to get the correct pictures, but we did everything ourselves.
Fantastic. Awesome work. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome work. And coming to the album, 10 mind-blowing heavy metal awesomeness. You have nailed this album absolutely in a perfect way. And
Thank you.
apart from genre specific, like it has a mix of everything inside of it. So you can put it into some kind of genre here. Like it's like go ahead, listen to this album. It's fantastic. That's how the way I felt when I was listening to this album. So I want to thank you guys so much for putting up this as an album. in 2024. And as a creator, as a band, how do you guys feel about the outcome of this new album?
Well, as you said, it's like we never put any boundaries or any limits to ourselves when writing music. We used to maybe have like very long songs. I mean, the opening track from my previous album was like 14, 15 minutes long. But this time we also kind of have to deal with the vinyl concept, and it's only 48 minutes. So we try to take everything we are, but simplify it a little bit. So I'm kind of happy that you say you get everything, even though we cut it down a little bit, like really time-wise, we still managed to somehow put all the Manticora elements into the music. So I guess we just did what we normally do, and but just had to cut the process at some point because we already had enough music. So yeah. So I think we managed ourselves to put a lot of different elements in it and kind of evolving and still staying true to ourselves. So that's
Amazing.
kind of how I feel or we feel about it. So
Fantastic, fantastic. And I
yeah.
know the album release is almost 2 months away, but do you guys have some concrete plans for the release date?
Yeah, we have as soon as the album comes out, that's January 26th, we'll have a Danish tour starting already the week after, where we're going on a tour with Artillery from Denmark and Demolizer and Accelerate. We're like a four-piece tour under a concept called Metalized Tour. So we're gonna do like 8 shows over the weekends in various cities here in Denmark. So and then we have festivals coming up during the summer. And we're working on Asia and probably European tour at some point as well. So 2024 should be full of shows following up on the release of Mycelium. So
Fantastic, fantastic.
yeah, we're looking forward to it. We didn't play one single show in 2023, so it's like we haven't been on stage for like almost 1.5 years when we get back on stage. So that's kind of weird.
So 2024 is gonna be the big year for you guys.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly, exactly. Finally getting back on the road again.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
You released the video for Beast of the Fall, an amazing song, fantastic music video from you guys. And
Thank you.
like to tell me a bit about the making of this video and about this song in particular.
Yeah, sure. Well, that was actually kind of fun because, well, as the title says, it's Beast of the Fall. And I do think Lars told me that this is actually in the concept where the kind of the demons can go into the forest and the mycelium and stuff like that. So we wanted to create this kind of creepy forest where nobody wants to be with this kind of creature. I mean, the cover artwork is like a spider beast, but in preference to that, we just wanted something uncomfortable in the video, and you should have the feeling of I just want to get out of this forest as soon as possible. So, and luckily, our rehearsing room and studio is located in a forest. So we literally just like went out of the studio with backpacks and flashlights and whatever. I went into the forest and just ran around doing all the recordings. So we had a lot of fun. Yeah, and then we went back to the studio and did the editing. So
Fantastic, fantastic.
yeah.
And are there plans to come up with more videos from this album?
Yeah, we have a new single coming out on next Friday, December 8th. We just announced that yesterday, actually, and there will be a video too for that one. And as far as I know, there should be a third single just before the album comes out. In that will include a video too. So we will have 3 video singles before the actual release. So yeah.
Fantastic. And speaking of merchandise for the fans, do you have some big plans for the fans this time?
For merchandise,
Yeah.
Um, not really, because we already have a lot of merchandise, which is like not it's not for a particular thing. You know, we have hoodies, we have like beanies, ski hats, whatever. So we're probably gonna do like a t-shirt with the album artwork, cover for touring. But I think we're gonna keep it quite simple this time. Well, I say that now, but I just know us. As soon as we sit with it, we'll probably do like 10 items or something. But our plan is to keep it simple and probably just do an album t-shirt this time. But you never know with us.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And the history of the band goes way back to 1997, and you guys have 10 albums, including the upcoming album. So, how has this journey been for you guys so far?
Well, basically, we're just getting old, right? Well, I was actually not a founding member. They did release Roots of Eternity and Darkness before I came in the band, but I was really good friends with the guys. I used to be in an Iron Maiden cover band tribute with Lars.
Mm.
So I was actually in the studio when they did the recordings for Roots of Eternity. So as soon as their old bass player, who I also knew, kind of decided to part ways with the band, I was like, well, sure. I mean, this is my spot. And they were like, do you want it? Yeah, sure. I already knew all the songs. So I kind of I got in just when Hyperion was kind of, we only had like half a song written already. That was Cancerous, I remember. And then I just, were with the band and we kind of evolved together, all of us. We did have some changes on the guitars, the lead guitars. And yeah, I left the band like it was in 2013, I think. But I was really good friends with the guys and no drama. I just needed a break. I needed, just when you have a job and you have been the same place for 10 years, there might be some different patterns in between people. There might be some, yeah, I need to try some new stuff. So I had a break for like 5 years, but still had contact with the guys. And then at some point, I got in contact with Lars again, and I was like, I think I just mentioned to him like, hey, if you have any shows coming up and you need a stand-in for the bass player, hey, let me know. And he was like, well, we actually might need that. And then, like a few months later, I was back in the band doing session, and I just had such a good time. So after all the touring in 2019, I just decided to stay again, and it's been so cool ever after. So, yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what would you consider one of the best moments of your time with Manticora?
Well, for me personally, that will be playing in Japan.
Mm.
That's been a dream of mine since I was a kid. Just yeah, I don't know. It's just magical, and I'm good friends with some of the guys from the Danish band Royal Hunt. They were pretty big in Japan. I always heard stories about Japan. I'm a big Halloween fan myself, and they're like huge in Japan. So I always wanted to go to Japan. So when we finally made it, I was like, but then of course Wacken Festival, Copenhagen playing a big festival I mean I literally walked to Copenhagen the morning we had to play because I live like in walking distance. I was like walking the streets of Copenhagen. Well, I'm gonna play Copenhagen in a few hours. So, but I mean, we also have a lot of good memories together since we're all like really good friends. So I also do enjoy just our weekends, having good food and wine and just talking over stuff. And yeah, so both Japan, but also just be in the band with my good friends. That's cool.
Fantastic, fantastic. And are there plans to go to countries that you have never been before in 2024?
Well, you never know, actually. I heard a little bird whisper about China, but I
Mhm.
mean, I can tell from your t-shirt you have a Bangalore open air, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, I would love to go to India, or we would love to go to India and play. So, I mean, whatever promoters who's reaching out or anything, of course, it's easier for us to tour Germany, Sweden, Finland, France, whatever. But I mean, if it makes sense economically and it's a good festival or a good tour and it makes sense for us, we're in for touring everywhere in the world as long as it's safe. So
Amazing, awesome, awesome.
yeah.
And, what's next for Manticora?
Rehearsals because we haven't played. I mean, I literally have like blisters on my fingers for rehearsing the past few days. But yeah, we're gonna do a lot of rehearsing now and get the new songs going. We have the tour coming up in January or in February. So Yeah, so we're done with the video singles now. So we're kind of changing the studio setup to rehearsal setup now. Actually, we did that yesterday. And we're gonna meet up next weekend, not this coming one, but the next again, and do a lot of rehearsing. So we're just gonna focus on the new songs and totally just focus on live shows and get out and spread the word about Manticora and present the new material for Mycelium. So
Amazing. Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. And Casper, finally, any message for Manticora fans around the world?
Well, as you said, you love the album. We managed to get everything into the album. So I would say no matter if you're like a fan of power metal, black metal, death metal, melodic, symphonic metal, whatever, you probably find some element in this album that you actually like. So everybody, please listen to Mycelium. We won't disappoint you at any point.
Awesome, awesome, Casper. And Casper, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. And I want to thank you and the entire band for putting up an amazing album on January 26, 2024, Mycelium. We're all looking forward for the release. And thanks again for this wonderful opportunity and really looking forward to meet you guys on the road.
Thank you so much. All right.
Drop yourself and
Thank
have a great
you.
evening. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.